Hey everybody, thanks for joining us on Sweet Bee, our live stream series highlighting local artists, musicians, and eventually other artists in the area. My name is Mike Bennett. I own Professor B Studios, and we're just kind of coming to you every couple of weeks with this thing. I could say a lot about our guest today, but I'm not going to. I'm going to say a little bit and then let them fill in some of the blanks. I am very, very honored, somewhat humbled, but very excited to see where this evening goes. So I am here this evening with Jordan and Jody, also known as the Couldnt Be Happiers. So thank you guys so much for making the time and for being here.
Thanks for having us.
So I want to jump right in with a question that I've had since I first met you, that I never asked, but I'm very curious. Couldnt Be Happiers. It's a bold name choice. Because it kind of sets you up for, could you really? Could you not be happy? So is there a story behind it? Did it come from something?
Yes,
Can you
yes.
talk a little bit about just kind of the choice of name?
You know, I'll take this one.
Okay.
Just so you know. We were trying to come up with names and we were just kind of being silly about it. And I think I just threw that out there. And we've been throwing out all these names and Jordan was just kind of like, I kind of like it. So then we workshopped it with like his family and some other people and they all kind of just thought it was kind of funny and cute and
But that is such a casual, boring description of how we got the name. That is not true at all.
It is true.
It's because we were blissfully happy in a relationship where we got to play music together and you came up with a name and it was adorable and it stuck.
that's his version.
I like
See?
both of those. Those are good. That's good.
You
That's
don't
good.
like that
That's good. I
version.
do. I like them. I like them both because one set up the other.
She's like,
This
well, I was
really-
brainstorming and we weighed options.
We made a pros and cons.
And then we picked Couldn't Be Happier.
Was there a whiteboard involved?
Yes.
okay,
Yes,
all right, good.
absolutely,
Okay, you did
of
good
course.
then. That's good.
But so this can it kid you really? It sets you up.
Yeah.
So I think we introduce ourselves by saying we are the Couldn't Be Happiers, and we mean that unironically most of the time.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Because see, here's the thing: is what we do is we're in a relationship where we're really happy, and then we rub other people's faces in it. Right? We're like, we're so in love. We're the Couldn't Be Happiers. We flirt, and you're alone.
So
Or-
it's we're the Couldn't Be Happiers, but you could be. Is that where this is going?
This is my number one concern with the whole theme is that at the end of the day it's like, oh, you're so annoying. This is grossing me out. But I genuinely meant it. I mean, I got to.
Oh.
I genuinely meant that I couldn't be happier. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Jody obviously different
But you.
opinion.
This could go for a while. So
It was your name.
You mentioned something in your explanation though. You were saying where we're in a place, and I know, there was a bit of a story for a laugh, but also I know for a fact there's a lot of truth in what you just said. And when you said we're in a relationship where we get to do music together and we get to really enjoy this and that kind of thing, I want to talk about that. But first, I want to talk about you guys both did music separately before you got together, right? Because if I'm not mistaken, Couldnt Be Happiers formally became a thing just recently, last little over a year ago.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay. So what about pre-Couldnt Be Happiers? As far as music individually for each of you, kind of what were you doing? Where were you doing it? What was that like?
I really didn't do much by myself. I would just sit in a room and write songs. And I didn't perform out by myself ever.
Oh.
I had a friend of mine, Billy Feather, who taught me how to play guitar, and she had gotten just a couple little gigs for the two of us under the name the Ginger Snaps. We both had red hair at the time, and we thought it was pretty clever. So we played some stuff together, and then eventually another girl joined the band, and then some others, and so it kind of grew. But we were more of a mellow, folkier sound, I would say. We did do some girl country songs when we would play out together, but it's a pretty mellow, laid back, all strings.
Okay.
So it's a very different vibe from what Jordan and I do.
Where was this happening?
Well, Billy's in Durham, so most of our gigs were up in the
Okay.
Durham, Chapel Hill
Gotcha.
area.
All right.
So
I tried a couple bands, they never really worked out.
Oh, really?
Man, I hope this one
Because I was
does.
always the front man.
I was gonna ask, were you always out front? Like, were you always guitar and vocals?
What do you think? Look at me, man.
I know
need
where
the
you
attention
ended up.
constant. No, I mean, like, my personality.
Yeah.
And how badly I just need people to look at me. And so, this is something that, like, I think you have to have, like, a little bit of that wanting to be the center of attention.
Sure.
I mean, I taught high school for a little bit.
What did you teach?
Speech and debate.
Oh, okay.
I practiced law for a little bit. It's all these things where I have to stand up and like
Yeah.
be in the middle. And so, anyways, we're just two songwriters who got to live with our bandmates, so we got to practice more.
Yeah.
I mean, it was we had just planned to do a couple of shows for fun together, and then it kind of took
So
off.
that's kind of the thing I want to ask you next is, was there a moment where you went, this is going to be more of a thing than just something we do at home or something we do for fun? Or, I mean, was there a moment where you looked up and went, well, we want to do this out more. We want to do this in front of people. We want to do this and get paid to do it some. We want to.
That's really an interesting question. I don't know when that switch happened.
It
Just kind of did it on
happened,
its own.
but I can't put my finger on when it happened or like what sort of.
I think we just started booking gigs, man.
Yeah, and then you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's a moment where you're doing something. You're like, oh, I can, and you're going to pay me to do this
Yeah.
too.
You just give me money.
And I'll do it again. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Semi-serious question. How hard is it to separate the music and the gigging and the kind of the businessy side of it from being what I would still consider to be relatively newlyweds and home and 3 dogs? Did I get that right? 3 dogs
that's right.
and building a life, but also doing what a lot of people do as a full-time career. I know it's not your full-time gig, but it's more than just, every great once in a while. I mean, you're doing it pretty frequently right now.
Yeah.
How hard is it to separate some of that?
I don't think they overlap in a way that's problematic.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, I think we have fun together
We're
most of the
exhausted
time.
all the time.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
We do.
we're tired. But
Jody's so patient though. Like I'll go out to gigs and like if people aren't listening, I mean I'm just furious.
So
I hate
grumpy.
the venue. I hate the venue owners for not trying harder to set it up so it's more of a listening audience. And I don't want to do this anymore. And,
Oh, wow.
and Jody has so much fun no matter what. Like when you shot our video, that was, and I'm not trying to segue. We can hold off.
No,
on
but
it,
we will because that was beautiful. Keep going.
Jody, there was a serious protest song, and Jody just has this big smile on her face the whole
Right.
time, and it's just because she loves doing it.
Yeah.
So I think she loves it more than I do, is what I think.
Okay.
I do.
I'm not going to debate that because that's a very. I don't think
Yeah.
anybody could tell you that. So that's an interesting statement because I also think that there has to be a certain measure of love on both sides of that for it to be as healthy as it at least seems to be while you're both doing it.
Yeah.
But you mentioned the video, and it's this idea, and I remember when you first came in and you told me that you wanted to do it, and so it was this, hey, we're doing, and you didn't even tell me it was a protest song at first. You said, hey, we've got this song we want to do, and it's a lullaby. And I was like, oh, well, that's interesting. And then we talked about like the location that we had and that kind of stuff. And I went, okay, all right, I could see that as a lullaby. And we were like just post hurricane, and so we got a lot of like really overcast skies, and it was still raining off and on. And there was a lot of things that really worked out for, okay, I see this working as a lullaby. Then you sent me the song,
Yeah.
and I went, oh.
Yeah.
There's a story here, and this is what struck me, because when you sent it, you told me it was a protest song, and my initial conflict, which I loved the moment where you just went, we have a song, here it is, we want a video, and I went, cool, we'll figure something out, and so immediately kind of started doing the research and really digging in and kind of living with the song for a while. But it doesn't seem to protest anything specifically. And I want to get there, but I want to start with the inspiration for the song.
Yeah.
Because I know it came from a semi-specific spot. And I don't necessarily want to talk about the event, the protest, the march, that kind of stuff, but there was a song, in the midst of that inspired. So I'm more interested in how the writing process happened.
Right.
Than necessarily, not that I'm not interested in cause and stuff, but more interested as far as conversation now. I'm more interested in the songwriting. Kind of how did that work with the two of you, and how did that moment play out?
Yeah, I think one day Jordan was like, "Oh, there's this video that you're gonna want to see," and so I was watching it. I think it was on Facebook, and it was these women that were protesting, and they were getting arrested. But they were singing This Little Light of Mine. And I just, like, I don't know, when I saw it, it just kind of got me. It just seemed really powerful. And I was like, someone should write a song with that inside the song. It's a public domain song. And I've always loved it ever since I was a kid.
Sure.
And it just was really cool how it sort of became this anthem of protest everywhere. And I just loved it. And so one night, actually, it was raining. It had been raining for like 2 weeks. And Jordan was just messing around on the guitar, and he did this little picking pattern, and he was just, had his guitar like this. He was getting ready to put it away, and I was like, wait, stop. Keep doing that. Mm-hmm. So he kept picking, and we were like, we should use this. We should make this a song. And so we kind of took that lullaby sound with the rainfall that I guess sort of inspired his picking pattern and put it together with This Little Light of Mine and came up with a protest lullaby.
I think it's really interesting about the video and the song, and all of it is you sort of realize how Jody's the engine behind this whole thing, because I was ready to put the guitar up, right? She's like, oh, that sounds good. And we start writing, and then I was like, I'm done with this, it's not working out. And she's like, no, you gotta finish it. I didn't know she wanted to shoot a video. I think she messaged you before she even told me.
Oh, really?
And I was like, God, it sounds like it's gonna be a lot of work, and and that's kind of Jody's spirit. Is she she's the one driving most of this and pushing it.
Yeah.
And I love to write, but I think she's the one moving the legs of it. But yeah. We would have no video, we'd have no song if Jody hadn't pressed a lot of these
Oh yeah, and I get that. I get especially the sentiment of what you're saying, but it takes more than legs to make it work. Mm-hmm. So while she may be the legs, I mean, there's definitely other, and there's something that you guys have that's special beyond the music, but I think it comes out in the music that you do, which is why I'm such a fan.
Cool.
Thank you.
And again, there's a whole nother conversation there. Okay, I want to talk about one more thing, because we can get very long-winded, but I know you've got a show coming up that you're excited about.
Yes.
And rather than trying to squeeze that right into the end of the thing after you guys play, I want to give you guys kind of a second to talk about kind of how did it come about, and read just a few minutes. How did it come about? Who's it with? Where's it at? How can people find it? And then we're going to hear you guys play a couple songs.
Awesome. Yeah. You want to start?
January 25th at 8 p.m., Muddy Creek Music Hall with a super cool band. Did you listen to them?
I did.
Oh, they're so cool.
And they were formerly called
Coleslaw. Yeah. Now they're the Shoal Diggers.
And I don't know how they became the Shoal Diggers, but they are like 8 or 9 pieces. They play like Baroque saloon stuff.
Ridiculous.
All kinds of stuff, yeah.
It's, you know how like Americana now is like a guy in a pearl snap shirt and like, but he's got like skinny jeans on and a little Newsies cap or something, and like they sing about this is real, like true Americana. Like you take every roots music there is, and so he actually saw us playing up in Hillsboro, and he wanted to do something together, and so we just pushed it. And Muddy Creek was the first place that ever offered us like a gig for their cafe. Like this is going to be the concert hall.
So.
But when we first, we were playing in their open mic because that's where we were practicing, and so we thought we'd do our first like ticketed show. So
that's wild.
Yeah.
So they approached you then?
Yeah,
Daryl did.
Daryl,
he's the front man.
Right.
Yeah, and he's this fabulous upright bass player and very talented.
Yeah.
They've got great songwriting, and we just said, hey, let's pitch it to Muddy Creek, and that's what we did. And they were like, all
listen
right.
to the Shoal Diggers. You won't be.
Yeah, they're fabulous.
You can't help but listen to them.
And then do you find yourself at the end of it
Yeah.
You're going. You're like, oh,
Like, oh, what's next?
that's over, is it?
Yeah.
There's more.
And it's very different. Like each song's really different.
It is, yeah.
so.
They've definitely got something going that's undeniable. So we're gonna take a quick transition, change setup a little bit, move some lights around, move some things around, and then we'll be right back
Was
with
I
Couldn't Be
charming
Happiers, and they're gonna play a couple songs for us.
Hey, you want to sing a song?
It's your song.
Oh, that's right. Actually, this is a song called "Mad." I wrote this. Jordan helped. When did I write this?
I don't know.
Sometime I wrote this song. Anyway, it's about a woman who gets tired of her no good cheating man and throws him out. So
Sweet.
not inspired by real life. You can get mad at me. You can shed a single tear. You can get mad at me. 'Cause darling, you ain't here, said you can sing that song. 'Cause I ain't done a damn thing wrong. No, you can get mad at me. 'Cause baby, you ain't home. Oh, baby, I got bad news. Threw out your clothes and your shoes in that pretty little guitar too. But you can't get mad at me. No, you can't get mad at me. You can't get mad at me. You can't shed a single tear. You can't get mad at me. 'Cause darling, you ain't here, said you can sing that song. 'Cause I ain't done a damn thing wrong. No, you can't get mad at me. 'Cause baby, you ain't home. Well, you might think I don't care, that I'm just a little worse for wear. But I don't have time to spare. No, you can't get mad at me. No, you can't get mad at me. I ain't gonna wait in the water. Wait in the water, said I won't wait up all night. 'Cause that morning light don't lie. I won't get in deep with you. I won't wait in those waters too. Said I ain't gonna wait in the water, muddy water with you. But you can't get mad at me. You can't shed a single tear. No, you can't get mad at me. I can't lose another year. Go on and sing that sad song. You know I won't be alone for long. No, you can't get mad at me. 'Cause baby, I'll be gone. Baby, I'll be gone. All right, we did one I wrote. How about you?
Yeah, let's do one that I wrote.
Okay.
This song is called 1,300 Miles. It is about my journey from San Antonio, Texas to Winston-Salem, North Carolina for a girl. That girl is Jody.
You ruined the punchline.
the difference between this song and real life is that I wrote it about an oil field worker, because that's cooler than a paper pusher, which is what I was in San Antonio. So this is about a paper pusher, or wait, no, I was the paper pusher. This is about an oil rig worker. This is about an oil rig worker out in South Texas, and he's making good money, but he can't help but think about a girl. And so he drives 1,300 miles to be with her.
And the name of the song is?
1,300 miles to be with her.
It's not right.
1,300 miles. All right, we're gonna see if we can work this out. Huh?
All right.
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
I got overtime in my paycheck and sunburn on the back of my neck. I was sweating out on that Eagle Ford shell. But my strength had been shaking and my willpower wavering. My heart emptied as quickly as those wells. A year ago, choking lacrimosa, said adios to the East Coast. There's work out on the rigs in San Antonio. This year has been good to me. Tool pusher sitting out, wait and see. You'll have my job here in not too long. Something started calling me instead, and I listened to my heart and not my head. I drove 1,300 miles worth of dotted white lines, completely willing, no need to show me signs. Give me weed, whites or wine. Drove 1,300 miles worth of dotted white lines just to stare into green eyes and fall in love neath Carolina pines. Oh, 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 Carolina pines. Roughly 300 miles in, I should have hit Dallas where I got Ken. I can't recall if I stopped to see them. Try that again. That's on me. And roughly 300 miles in, I should have hit Dallas where I got Ken. I can't recall if I stopped to see them. And Memphis got that barbecue, and I heard some song about the Nashville blues, but I'm not sure that I even passed through. If I did, I cannot remember. Only found nothing west of her. I drove 1,300 miles worth of dotted white lines, completely willing, no need to show me signs. Give me weed, whites or wine. Oh, 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 oh. I drove 1,300 miles worth of dotted white lines just to stare into green eyes and fall in love neath Carolina pines. Oh, 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 Carolina pines. One cracked windshield, one flat tire, one sunrise, one sunset, one convenience store shakedown, one ticket, but not one last regret. I drive 1,300 miles of straight construction zones just to hear her say again, welcome home, welcome home, welcome home. I drove 1,300 miles worth of dotted white lines, completely willing, no need to show me signs. Give me weed, whites or wine. Oh, 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 oh. I drove 1,300 miles worth of dotted white lines just to stare into green eyes and fall in love neath Carolina pines. Oh, 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 Carolina pines. Oh, 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 Carolina pines.
Thanks for being here. Okay, so don't go far because I'm going to have you say something else.
Ooh.
So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. And thank you, and please, please, please go check these guys out. Go check out the music video. Go check out their upcoming shows. Where online can they find you? Social medias, websites, that kind of stuff.
CouldntBeHappiers.com and
Yeah.
Facebook.com/Couldnt Be Happiers.
That's right. Easy.
See? Easy to find. Easy
And
to find.
Instagram.
And Instagram?
Yeah, Couldn't Be
Same,
Happiers.
Couldn't Be Happiers. All right, well, there you go. Jody, Jordan, thank you guys again so much for being here. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you back in a couple of weeks with, if I'm not mistaken, Whiskey Foxtrot.
All
Have a good one.
right. Thank you.